But do you see, how much of a light at the tunnel do you see, or do you see even a potential crisis? I asked, we had Masa-san join us yesterday, and he said that he is critically worried, not just about the health crisis unto itself, but he's worried about a financial crisis.
Well, I'm not as worried about a financial crisis. I think the Fed stepped in and did a lot of things to avert the worst parts of that, et cetera. But again, I agree with Masa. I'm not worried. I'm just saying focus on the job at hand. We've got to get the vaccine out. We've got to right now. We've got to get people safer. And you're seeing a skyrocketing of COVID in just about every part of not just America, of the world. So we got to get through this. So I think it's a mistake to take our eye off that ball, and we need some of that fiscal stimulus just to bring us through. And the other thing, I just mentioned about the fiscal stimulus. I know now we have this big debate. Is it 2.2 trillion, 1.5 trillion? You got to be kidding me. I mean, just split the baby and move on. I mean, this is childish behavior on the part of our politicians. We need to help the citizens of America. And let's just get through it. And it reminds me going back when President Obama was trying to get basically effectively Simpson balls done, and the Republicans and Democrats got bogged down in that $800 billion. I would have walked in that last room of negotiation. If I had to give it all up on either side, it would have been great for the country. They should have focused on what's great for the country, not who won the last little part of the negotiation.
So, not that we need to play the blame game, but have you had conversations either with Nancy Pelosi or with Mitch McConnell about this?
I saw Nancy Pelosi a couple of weeks ago in D.C., but I have not spoken to them recently. But I would say the same thing. Just get it done. Split the baby. Move on.
Do you think, though, that's possible, given that every time there's been conversations about a compromise? I mean, you could argue that the compromise didn't happen in the end, based on what you're saying, on the Democratic side as opposed to the Republican side. I
don't want to blame either side, okay? If I was the one walking in the room of the negotiation, I would walk out with a deal, even if I lost my points. I would not sit there and act like I have to win every single little point, every single thing. I understand the arguments on both sides. I think there are completely legitimate arguments on both sides. But my view is that there's a big part of our country which is really struggling. And if you don't believe me, go out there and talk to the people. We've got branches all over the country. We deal with millions of small businesses. That's what we should be focusing on. It's got nothing. It has zero to do with Democrats or Republicans. Okay, so it's got to do with helping those people get through the toughest part of COVID, and we're not through it yet.
If that stimulus doesn't come, what happens then?
Well, the probability of having a good economic outcome drops. I don't know what it means, but the fact is, helping there will help the economy, and we should keep our eye focused on that.
What do you make of
it? Just increases the probability of good outcomes, and it helps a lot of people from severe suffering.